Hello, welcome back to CinemaBurger, where I bring you movie reviews from a different perspective. Today we're here to talk about the Disney reimagining of a classic character, Cruella, starring Emma Stone, Emma Thompson, Paul Walter Hauser, and Boris Dawes. Now, when I heard they were gonna do an origin story for another Disney villain, I was like, Cruella? The woman who wants to murder puppies and make them into fur coats? Why do we want to see a sympathetic side to this character? Now, when I remember when I saw the trailer for this movie, they make her look like she's on the streets in 1960s and 70s London, and you see a clip of dogs growling at her trailer. So I'm like, oh, they're gonna make the dogs the villains? And spoilers, they kind of do. So as a kid, Cruella, her real name is actually Estella. They She gets the name Cruella for some reason, I forget why. But it's not as dumb as Han Solo getting his name in Solo, because he's alone. So first of all, Cruella is born with the black and white hair, which can happen in real life, actually. But her mom and her are kind of poor, and they go to this like fancy party where Emma Thompson is like the Baroness or something. She's a rich person, and she Cruella sneaks into the party, and there's like guard dogs that are Dalmatians. Now Cruella has her own dog, so she doesn't hate dogs in this movie. But as Cruella runs out of the mansion, the Dalmatians chase her, and she runs and like falls on a lower like part of the grass, and the Dalmatians keep going. Now her mother is talking to somebody outside, and she's near a ledge, and the dogs run into the mother and push her over a cliff and kill her. Like, I know this scene is supposed to be tragic, but I could not help but crack up. It was one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen. So Cruella lives on the streets with other people, with Jasper and I forget the other guy's name, the henchman from the movie, the animated movie. So she goes up on the street and she gets a job as a designer because she wants to make clothes or something. And like, the movie is not bad at this point. Like, that opening scene with the mother getting killed is ridiculous, but after that, like, the movie is a decent movie. It really showcases 1960s and 70s London with the music, the style of clothes, things like that. Now, Emma Stone's British accent is not great, but she has like little like ticks and things she does in the performance, and I really like that because it's very subtle. Emma Thompson is the Baroness, and she makes clothes, so she gets designers for her to put out stuff. So it basically becomes a Devil Wears Prada at this point. Now, I won't reveal like what happens at the end of the movie, but it gets to the point where it's Cruella against the Baroness. It like by the end of the movie, Cruella is not the crazy psychopath we know from the animated movie. She is a little bit more toward that, but she's more of like an anti-hero at the end of the movie still. So I'm like, why was this movie made if not to show how she got to where she was? I mean, yeah, it's an origin movie, but I was all disappointed by the end because she was not like evil and wanted to kill puppies. And there's a mid-credit scene that makes things even more confusing. It's Cruella like giving Pongo and Perdita as puppies to the two characters who you will eventually know in the animated movie. So that makes things even a little more confusing. Because, like, are they trying to retcon Cruella a little bit with her character? I don't know. Because I feel like the most basic question that this movie is asking is how did Cruella get the way she is? It really isn't fully answered. It's on the way there. It's like Cruella is like her character persona that she uses to survive on the streets and stuff, so she is more of an anti-hero, I feel, by the end of the movie. Now, I read that they're going to make a sequel, so maybe she will become the Cruella we know by the end of that movie, but I don't know. Like, overall, I thought the movie was fine, but that opening scene and that the end kind of annoyed me a bit. I give Cruella a 2.5 out of 5 burgers because there are some really good. First, like the costumes and the production design of the wardrobe are amazing. Like this movie better get nominated for best costumes because they were incredible. I have to say. But yeah, the movie really doesn't fully answer the question it's asking, and that's the biggest problem for me. Like, and prequels in general or side movies of a known franchise, it's like, are they answering a question people are asking? And I feel like no one asked how Cruella became the way she did. But it worked with Maleficent, so I don't know, maybe this sequel will be better, because Maleficent, I felt like you didn't really know much about her character. Cruella, all we know is she wants to kill puppies and make them into coats. Why do we want to see her as a tragic character? Well, anyway, that's it for me. I'm Scott Berger. I'll see you next time.